दशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रय विभाग योगः। अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रिगुणान् एतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथं चैतान् त्रिगुणान् अतिवर्तते। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काञ्चति। उदासीनावदासीनो गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते। समदुःखसुखस्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। मां च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते स गुणान् समीचैतान् ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते। ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य व्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे गुणत्रय विभाग योगो नाम चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः। कृष्णार्पणम्। Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Godamani ji, for taking initiative and chanting the remaining shlokas. Now, please, who is number 21? Who is going to explain this?
Namaste, Doctor.
Namaste, Padma ji, please.
अथ चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेन् स्थैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुण श्री अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गस्त्रीन् गुणान् एतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचार कथं चैतां श्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते। Linga he means signs. Atitaha means one who has gone beyond. Ativartate transcends. Arjuna inquired Sri Krishna, "O Lord, what are the symptoms of those who have gone beyond these three gunas? How do they act? How do they go beyond the bondage of the gunas?" Arjuna always asks questions to clarify his doubt. In the second chapter, Arjuna wants to know the identifications of persons who established in knowledge Sita Prajna. Arjuna also asked the signs of a perfected devotee in the chapter on Bhakti Yoga. Every time he has asked questions as we listeners have benefited tremendously. In this verse, Arjuna's questions are very appropriate. When we don't know how to ask the questions, Arjuna asks the questions and our doubts are cleared. 14th chapter divides the Prakriti into three parts: Sattva Guna, Tamo Guna and Rajo Guna. If a person understands the difference between the Prakriti and Purush, he or she can feel free amidst all turmoils of life. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
Thank you very much, Padma ji. It is absolutely necessary for us to ask questions whenever in doubt. A person who asks questions might feel as a fool or might be reflected as a fool in front of others for a while. But actually that person is the most intelligent person, and that person will be able to learn more than the person who does not ask questions and assumes about the things. So it's very nice of Arjun to ask Bhagwan Sri Krishna. That is how Bhagwan is going to explain what are the qualities of a person who has gone beyond the gunas. So now the next one, Shloka number 22. Who is that person?
Sir, this is Ravi Shankar, sir.
Ravi Shankar ji, namaste, please.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Good evening,
Namaste.
everybody. I am chanting Shloka number 22. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakashancha Pravruti Mohameva cha Pandava Nadvesti Sampravruttani Nanivrutani Kankshati. Shri Krishna says, when light, activity and delusion are present, O Pandava, he does not hate them, nor does he yearn for them when they are absent. Sri Krishna answers the Arjuna's question, what are the marks of one who has transcended the gunas? In this sloka, light, activity and delusion refer to sattva, rajas and tamas respectively. One who is indifferent to the rise and fall of each guna, one who has a high degree of detachment and discrimination, one who let the gunas come and go with ease, such a person has transcended the gunas. It is the difference between one who observes suitcases on an airport conveyor belt versus one who holds onto a suitcase when he does not let go. The one who insists on holding on gets pulled away. When we are on vacation, our mind feels peaceful and relaxed. But when we come back from vacation, our mind becomes agitated since it has to get back to the routine of life. We want to hold on to that state of mind we had experienced when we were on vacation. In other words, we have an insistence, also known as agraha, to hold on to the sattvic state when rajas comes in, or when the alarm bell rings in the morning, we want to hold on to that sleepy tamasic state as long as possible and not leave the bed. This agraha, this insistence on holding on to one guna and not accepting the arrival of the another guna enables the gunas to control us. One who has transcended the gunas has given up his insistence through extreme vairagya or detachment. If someone insults us in real life, we do not usually move on to that quickly. We hold on to that thought as well as the tamasic or rajasic state of mind created by that thought for weeks, months, or years to come. And that is not all. We bring up that mental state each time we meet the person who insulted us. When we are able to treat our thoughts with the same detachment that we do when we are reading other people's thoughts, we will know that we have gone behind the gunas. Harihi Om Tassat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you very much, Ravi Shankar ji, for such a beautiful example of vacation.
Yes.
But recently I had a different experience because today only we came back from HD Kote, as you all might be knowing that we had gone to HD Kote and stayed at Chittadhama and we had streamed live from there. Vacation was very beautiful, but
Correct.
for my youngest child, it was home which was most important, and he was agitated in the vacation. So it was exactly opposite of what we were discussing right now.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes the routine or the comfort zone is what most of us will be seeking, and
Right.
vacation is a point where comfort zone is gone.
Yes.
So some people will not be interested in the beauty of the journey, or some people will not be interested in the beauty of the place where we have reached and we are doing the vacation. Some
Correct.
people will be wanting that homely atmosphere, or the atmosphere of the home where they are the most comfortable. So that is how the things are. Our experiences are the things which lead us to the conclusions, and at the same time, like as we are speaking in this shloka, that prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava. So this prakasha or the knowledge, okay, and pravrutti means the activity through which we may develop moha.
Correct.
Okay, and that moha we should go beyond. Na dvesti sampravruttani na nivruttani kankshati. So this nivrutti and pravrutti, when we are
Yes.
doing pravrutti, at that time also we should be flowing freely. And when we are free of any pravrutti, that is nivrutti, at that time also we should be free from any kind of attachment or moha. So
Correct.
it's like in both the states we are okay. If we get it, then also it is fine. If we do not get it, then also it is fine.
Yeah.
For a person, for a layman, if what we want to say as a gunatitaha, what does it qualify as? Gunatitaha. One person, as Arjun has asked in the previous shloka, no, that please tell me what is the quality of the person who is gunatitaha. So a person with gunatitaha will not be attached to his or her own knowledge. Means knowledge will be there, but he or she will not be attached to the knowledge. That is one more important thing. We have seen umpteen number of people getting attached to the knowledge which they have. They will tell, no, hey, I am telling you, no, I have so many years of experience. I have been teaching Bhagavad Gita for so many years. I have been doing this for so many years. Don't you know that I am such an expert? Like that you will see. So that person is not gunatita. Then he or she is not attached to the qualities of divine. Some people, no, they will tell, see, I am doing Ekadashi Vrata, okay? I am doing Ekadashi for 25 years. I am doing this Vrata for this thing. I am doing this Parayan for this many years. I am doing this Japa for so many years. They will be trying to show off their divine qualities. So that also does not count. If suppose I start telling that, see, I am running this Brahma Muhurta Yoga for last 2 years, then it is my show off. It is my moha towards whatever divine activity I am doing or I am trying to do.
Yes.
And the same person, he or she is not attached to greatness. There will be some people who will be trying to achieve greatness. No, I want to become great. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I want to show that I am a great personality. That also will be there. He or she will not be attached to the qualities of sattva. Now, many of us, no, we feel that no, we have to lead a sattvic life, and we show off also many a number of times. Oh, I don't eat onion, I don't eat garlic, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke. Oh, you smoke, then we will have that kind of dvesta, or that kind of dvesha towards others. Okay, then he or she will not be at the same time will not be dvesta. This word is very, very important. Will not be hating others who don't possess the good qualities. So many of us have that. No, we hate others who don't possess good qualities, or we start judging. So that judgment aspect, if it is there within us, then it means that we are not gunatitaha. Okay, so he or she is not excessively attached to whatever pravrutti or nivrutti, okay, that we have discussed now. And we don't, the gunatita people will not escape from action. Okay, they will develop pravrutti. They will not, because of fear of judgment, they will not think that, okay, I want to escape this pravrutti. They will do pravrutti. They will continue to do pravrutti. And he or she will not be influenced by the moha of anything for that matter. And finally, so what will happen is that body attachment will not be there. Then whatever qualities are there, that attachment will also be not there. And whatever fruits of the actions are also there, that also attachment will not be there. So it's very Gunatita person is like Masta Maula, who will never try to make a mark, who will be beyond the marks, like that. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. The
Thank
next shloka is also mine.
Yeah, please continue.
Yeah. Shloka number 23. Udasina vadasino gunaryora vichalyate gunavartanta ityeva yovattishtati nengate. One who sits like an indifferent person is not agitated by the gunas, who, knowing that the gunas interact with each other, is firmly situated and does not move. In previous shloka, Sri Krishna indicated the mental state of one who has transcended the gunas. Now he addresses the second question: how does one who has gone beyond the gunas behave in this world? He says that such a person lives life with ease and grace. He is like the graceful elephant who walks on the road, unaffected by the horde of dogs that bark at him. We have come across such people who remain calm and unperturbed even when facing their darkest personal challenges. What makes a person so calm? There are two factors. First, even though such a person may not look like a monk from outside, he has a great deal of detachment towards the world. Second, such a person is seated on an unshakable platform, his own self. Both factors are possible through the conviction and constant awareness that the entire world, including the one's own body, is a play of the three gunas. It is the difference between getting swept away by the waves or sitting calmly on the beach. It is the difference between participating in a street fight or observing the fight from a second floor balcony. What does all this mean in practice? It means when our mind is agitated, we will not crave for peaceful state. We will accept that a certain level of agitation, a certain level of rajas is part and parcel of the daily life. We will simply watch and that mental state arise, persist and go away, only to be replaced by another state. We will view the whole world as the gunas interacting with the gunas. The I within us will be firmly seated in itself with a healthy level of distance and detachment from the movement of those gunas. It will stop identifying, giving importance, and giving reality to the play of the gunas. The gunas will move, but the I within us will not. Hari Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Hello.
Thank you very much, Ravi Shankar ji. And
Welcome.
yeah, so here one more thing, like some few more points we can add, that a gunatita person, udasina means he or she will be neutral. So basically what will happen, that person will not basically will be selfish, and that is why he will not be selfish. Means neutral person means they will not be favoring others, they will not be favoring themselves. Or neutral means they will be favoring themselves also, and at the same time with equal energy they will be favoring others also. So that is win-win situation. Okay, so neutrality, there is positive neutrality and then there is negative neutrality also. So there will be some people who will be sitting in one corner and then they will think that they are neutral. Basically they are not neutral. For example, in this Yenri group, okay, so there are some people who don't want to do anything. They are just wasting their time staying there in the group. 250 people are there. Out of that, only 9 people are attending right now. So they are not udasina. They are udasin, but in a very negative manner. Okay. And then there is something called as positive neutrality. Here, we all work together towards a better future.
Yes.
Okay. So this udasinta can be of two types. It can be chala or it can be achala. Achala means it will be dynamic, and then achala means it will be totally jad or it will be stone-like. So most of the people, like rest 240 people, they are just sitting. They are not doing anything, and they are just forwarding messages, and they are thinking that they are doing great service to our culture or our religion or whatever. But it is not so. Until and unless you interact, until and unless you participate, there is not going to be any kind of progress. You will be sitting in one corner and you will be just, you will not have any contribution towards anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the next one is the Gunatita person will not care about the name or fame. Okay. So name or fame is not needed, but action is definitely needed. And with action, our progress. With that progress, we should not get attached, but at the same time, we should have the spiritual progress. He or she does not bother about the elevated or status or greatness that we had discussed. And then he or she is not bothered about whether his or her truth is revealed to people or not. Means there might be something which will not be known about us to people, but they are not bothered about. And then he or she will not be affected by their own qualities. Like some great qualities will be there, and if those qualities are not known to people, then they will not be bothered about that, like that. So that is the, and
Yes.
he or she will not be caring about whether he or she is getting hurt or not. Okay, like that. So next one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, it's Godamani, Doctor.
Godamaniji, please.
Yes. I'm going to chant 24th shloka.
Yeah.
Samadukka sukha swastaha samaloshtaashma kanchanaha tulya priya priyo dhiraha tulya nindatma samstutihi. Meaning of this sloka is, those who are alike in happiness and distress, who are established in the self, who look upon a clod, a stone, and a piece of gold as of equal value, who remain the same amidst pleasant and unpleasant events, who are intelligent, who accept both blame and praise with equanimity. Summary: Swasta is he who is established in his real life, in his real self. The use of this word is intended to convey that he alone who is established in the self can remain balanced in joy and sorrow. Normally, the common men are centered in one or the other of the three bodies, physical, astral, and causal, all of which are evolved from Prakriti or matter. Therefore, they are centered in Prakriti, Prakritishaha, and not in the self. Hence, such men only moving among the gunas or modes of Prakriti cannot take joy and sorrow alike. Swasta, established in his own self, who is the same as truth, consciousness, and bliss. Therefore, even though circumstances of joys and sorrows continue to disappear in the body, sense, and mind of the man who has risen above the gunas and has accordingly ceased to have any connection with them, he does not identify himself with those joys and sorrows. He remains ever balanced. This is how he takes joy and sorrow alike. A mixture of clay and cow dung, a piece of iron, a stone, and a piece of gold, neither acceptable nor worth rejecting, is what is meant by regarding them as equal in value. The statement that Gunatita makes no distinction between them is to show whether people regard it as either super, second-rate, or of a mean order, are equal in his eyes. He has no bias for or against any particular object. He who transcends the gunas never loses his balance of mind, even in face of greatest joy or sorrow. A man of wisdom who is stable of mind, hence he is called dhira. That which is agreeable to the body, senses, mind, and intellect, and which strengthens, helps, and soothes them, is said to be the pleasant, and while that which is disagreeable and mortifies them is considered unpleasant. He who has no bias for or against any of those objects is said to receive the agreeable and disagreeable in the same spirit. In the same way, the Gunatita, who has risen above the gunas, is ever completely beyond the feeling of attraction, aversion, joy, and grief. Ninda or censure consists in exposing the real or imaginary faults of another, while stuti or praise consists in expatiating on his virtues. Both these are related mainly to the name of an individual and partly to his body. Since Gunatita ceases to have any connection whatsoever with the body and its name, censure or praise causes him neither grief nor delight. He remains balanced under all circumstances. This is how he views censure and praise alike. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanam. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Godamani ji, for such a beautiful explanation. Here, no problem. I think you have explained everything very beautifully. Only one word which always, it excites me in this is Samaloshtashma Kanchanaha. So for one who is Gunatitaha, he has same value of a stone or a mud as equal to as Kanchan means gold. That much power if we have, that much clarity we have of the thought, then we are Gunatita. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Next one.
नमस्कार
Namaste.
नमस्कारम
Namaskar.
मैं गौतम बोल रहा हूँ
हाँ गौतम बोलो बोलो.
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आज का सेशन के लिए। तो शुरू करते हैं। ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ श्रीमद् भगवद गीता चतुर्दश अध्यायः गुणत्रय विभाग योग पंचविंशति श्लोकः। मानोपमानयस्तुल्य तुल्यमित्रारिपक्षयः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीत स उच्यते। श्लोक का अर्थ है जो मान और अपमान में सम और शत्रु मित्र के पक्ष में भी सम है, ऐसा सर्वारंभ परित्यागी पुरुष गुणातीत कहा जाता है। इस श्लोक का व्याख्या है, यहाँ भगवान श्री कृष्ण गुणातीत महापुरुष का लक्षण बताते हुए कहते हैं कि मान और अपमान होने में शरीर की मुख्यता होती है। गुणातीत मनुष्य का शरीर के साथ तादात्म्य नहीं रहता, अतः कोई उसका आदर करे या निरादर करे, मान करे या अपमान करे, इन प्रकृत क्रियाओं का उस पर कोई असर नहीं पड़ता। निंदा, स्तुति और मान अपमान इन दोनों ही प्रकृत क्रियाओं में गुणातीत मनुष्य सम रहता है। इन दोनों क्रियाओं में ज्ञान होना दोषी नहीं है, प्रत्युत निंदा और अपमान में दुखी होना तथा स्तुति और मान में हर्षित होना दोषी है, क्योंकि ये दोनों ही प्रकृति के विकार है। गुणातीत पुरुष की निंदा, स्तुति और मान अपमान का ज्ञान तो होता है, पर गुणों से संबंध विच्छेद होने के कारण सुखी दुखी नहीं होता, कारण वह जिस तत्व में अधिष्ठित रहता है वह गुण रहित है। तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयः, मित्र और शत्रु की भगवान के कारण ही मित्र और शत्रु की भावना के कारण ही व्यवहार में पक्षपात होता है। गुणातीत कहलाने वाले मनुष्य के अंतःकरण में मित्र शत्रु की भावना ही नहीं होती, अतः उसके व्यवहार में पक्षपात नहीं होता। एक व्यक्ति कोई महापुरुष के साथ मित्रता और दूसरे व्यक्ति उस महापुरुष अपने स्वभाववश उस महापुरुष के साथ शत्रुता रखता है, लेकिन जब उन दोनों व्यक्तियों की किसी बात को लेकर न्याय करने का अवसर आ जाए तब वह मित्रता रखने वाले की अपेक्षा शत्रुता रखने वाले का कुछ अधिक पक्ष लेता है। ये गुणातीत मनुष्य का लक्षण है। और ऐसे ही किसी बंटवारा आदि में, जैसे कोई जमीन जायदाद, धन दौलत के बंटवारा आदि में करते समय वह मित्रता रखने वालों की कम अर्थात उतना ही जितना वो प्रसन्नता पूर्वक सहज सहन कर सके, और शत्रुता रखने वालों को कुछ ज्यादा पदार्थ देता है। यह भी एक समता ही कहलाती है, क्योंकि अपने पक्ष वाले के साथ मित्रता और विपक्ष वालों के साथ उदारता होनी चाहिए। सर्वारंभ परित्यागी ही, वह महापुरुष संपूर्ण कर्मों के आरंभ का त्यागी होता है। तात्पर्य यह है कि धन संपत्ति के संग्रह और भोगों के लिए वह किसी तरह का कोई नया कर्म आरंभ ही नहीं करता। स्वतः प्राप्त परिस्थिति के अनुसार ही उसकी प्रवृत्ति और निवृत्ति होती है। इसी तरह यह भगवान ने सुख दुख, प्रिय अप्रिय, निंदा स्तुति और मान अपमान, ये 8 परस्पर विरुद्ध नाम लिए हैं, जिनमें साधारण आदमियों की तो विषमता हो जाती है, साधकों का भी कभी कभी विषमता हो जाता है। ऐसे इन 8 कठिन स्थलों में जिसका या जिसकी समता हो जाता है, उसके लिए अन्य सभी अवस्थाओं में समता रखना सुगम हो जाता है। अतः यह उन्हीं 8 कठिन स्थलों का नाम लेकर भगवान यह बताते हैं कि गुणातीत महापुरुष की इन 8 स्थलों में स्वतः स्वाभाविक समता होती है। गुणातीत मनुष्य की जो स्वतः सिद्ध निर्विकारता है, उसकी जो स्वाभाविक स्थिति है, उसमें अनुकूल प्रतिकूल परिस्थितियों के आने जाने का कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता। उसकी निर्विकारता, समता, जय का तय अटल रहता है, उसके शांति कभी भंग नहीं होती। जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वम श्री कृष्ण अर्पणमस्तु।
Thank you very much, Gautam, for such a beautiful explanation. सभी शब्दों का बहुत बढ़िया एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया आपने। उसमें से जो मुझे बहुत गंभीर रूप से प्रभावित करता है वो है सर्वारंभ परित्यागी। तो सर्वारंभ परित्यागी का मतलब ये होता है कि हम हमारी खुद की जो आशाएं हैं, तृष्णाएं हैं, हमारी जो खुद की व्यक्तिगत भावनाएं हैं, उनसे दूर जाकर our own opinion, our own intelligence, our own desire, our own belief, our own individuality, when we come out of that, that is what is sarvarambha parityagi. बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि हमारा बेसिक नेचर है हमारे अहंकार से लिपटे हुए रहने का, तो उसमें से कहीं ना कहीं ज्वालाएं निकलते रहती है और वो ज्वालाएं हमको जलाते रहती है। तो जो इन ज्वालाओं में से बाहर निकलता है, इन ज्वालाओं को निकालना बंद करता है, वो मनुष्य वो गुणातीत होता है। काफी उसके लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, और उसी के साथ साथ अपने आप एक अलग प्रकार का आध्यात्मिक वातावरण तैयार होता है हमारे आजू बाजू में। ठीक है, थैंक यू वेरी मच। नेक्स्ट वन
वसुंधरा, नमस्ते डॉक्टर।
वसुंधरा जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच, प्लीज।
ओम परमात्मने नमः। चैप्टर 14, श्लोका 26। मां च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्ति योगेन सेवते सगुणां समतीत्यैत्यान् ब्रह्मभूताय कल्पते। In this chapter, Krishna explains that the mind, intellect, and the body are under the spell of the 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. He already said in Shloka 19 that to become gunatita, one should attach the mind to Krishna, who being gunatit is in the divine domain. In the 26th Shloka, here he further elaborates. Here in the first line, Krishna says that to become gunatita, one should approach him with avyabhicharena bhakti. In one of his discourses on this particular shloka, Swami Chinmayananda recalled, I got it in one of the YouTube lectures of his, he recalled how Swami Vivekananda explained this word to his disciple. The story goes like this. Once a disciple of Swami Vivekananda wanted to know the meaning of the word avyabhicharena. He went to him. At that time, Vivekananda was in a pond taking bath. The student also jumped in and asked the question. The Guru said, "Oh, I can explain this to you at this very moment." Saying this, the strong Guru held the young student's neck and held him under the water. When the boy struggled and gasped for breath and was almost going limp, Vivekananda brought him up and asked him, what were your thoughts when I was pushing you down? Did you want a kingdom, a job, profit, or marry a neighbor's daughter? What did you want? The student took a deep breath of air and said, I did not want anything other than just 2.5 cc of air. Vivekananda said, this is it. The way you impatiently wanted and hungered for that air at that time without any other thought. You want him. If you want him, you get it right this way. All your other desires have to end except the one desire that to have him. Avyabhicharana means complete devotion without any other thought. Now going further, bhakti or devotion is a single pointed love towards God. Like the Gopikas or Sant Surdas had for Krishna. However, it is not possible for everyone to constantly contemplate on God. The mind wavers. Krishna therefore recommends service or seva carried out with the pure intention. Bhakti yogena sevate, as he says in the first line. When a person contemplates on God, or when one does seva to God, his mind or intellect start disengaging from the effect of the three gunas because of the benevolent influence of the Nirgun Bhagwan. The shroud of vasanas accumulated over innumerable lives starts getting dissolved or crumbled. As this happens, the mental agitations and distractions will no longer distract the meditation or contemplation of the person. This way, Krishna says in the second line, Gunan samatitya etan brahma bhutaya kalpate, meaning that the person will rise above the three gunas and will be eligible to become a Brahman. We know that anyone can go and meet the superior asking for favors, but for an equal level serious meeting, there is a protocol. Only a top person of the institution meets the top person of the other institution. So in order to merge with the Param Brahman, one has to rise to the level of a Brahman. Here, Sri Krishna shows the way. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanam. Doctor?
Thank you very much, Vasundhara ji, for such a beautiful explanation. Here, I would like to just revise this beautiful word called as Bhakti Yogena Sevate. So, Bhakti is something which involves faith, and faith should be, it should be continuous. It should be, it should not be diluted. It should not be like a transaction. It should be like fusion. It should be like union. It should be like, removing the partition. It should be like from the heart to heart. It should not be like mind to mind or brain to brain, like that. And sevate means to serve, to follow, to support, to take support, to protect. So many different beautiful aspects are there. So bhakti, when we are doing, so there are many ways of doing bhakti, where we meditate, where we chant, where we do archana, where we do various other things we do. So when we are doing that, it should be like, it should be surrender. It should be complete surrender. It should not be a show off. It should be a surrender. Then one person can go beyond the gunas and become gunatitaha. And not only that, comes the Brahman, means absorbs and reflects the qualities of Brahman. Okay, thank you very much. Last one.
Namaste, Doctor.
Namaste, Shruti.
Brahmano hi pratisthaham amatasya vyasya cha शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्य एकान्तिकस्य च ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे गुणत्रयविभागयोगो नाम चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम. So this is commentary by Swami Mukundananda, where he's saying that I am the basis of the formless Brahman, the immortal and imperishable, of eternal Dharma, and of unending divine bliss. The previous verse may give rise to the question about the relationship between Sri Krishna and the formless Brahman. It was previously stated that all the powerful God has both aspects to his personality, the formless and the personal form. Here, Sri Krishna reveals that the Brahman, which the Jnanis worship, is a light from the personal form of God. The light that emanates from the toenails of the feet of the Lord of Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, is a transcendental Brahman that the Jnanis and even the celestial gods meditate upon. The effulgence emanating from the divine body of God is described by the Upanishads as Brahman. Thus, in this verse, Sri Krishna unequivocally confirms that to get rid of the disease of the three gunas is to engage in unwavering devotion to the personal form of the Supreme Lord. Thank you.
Very nice, very beautiful, short and sweet explanation about this shloka, Shruti. And with this, we finish this Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. When we go beyond that, we find Brahman. We become Brahman, and we absorb into our own true selves. And when we are doing this, it's not like a destination, it's a journey. This, once again, we have to understand that it's a journey. It is like once we reach there, we have to maintain that status also. Many a number of times people can get down from there and suffer. So this, once we reach this level, at that time we have to keep on consistently doing that yagna, Brahma yagna. We have to continue. Through that, we will be able to maintain that position. And that is why this Nitya Dharma is very, very important. Shashvatasya cha dharmasya. Shashvata means eternal. So eternally, we have to keep on doing this yagna, through which we are continuously passing the test of all the three gunas and becoming gunatita. Okay, with that understanding, we finish today's session. From the next Sunday, we are going to chant initial 10 shlokas of the chapter number 15. That is Purushottam Yoga. Okay, chapter number 15. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, any feedback, you are most welcome. Namaste. Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
doctor.
can hear, sir.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Let us chant the
Thank you.
last mantra, Shanti mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukhavag Bhavet. Om Shanti. 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 With your eyes closed, slowly take your both the hands back. Hold your right wrist with the left palm. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, bend from the root of the back, touch your forehead to the ground, express gratitude to Mother Earth, Almighty, your parents and Guru. Slowly inhale and come up. Slowly release your hands with few blinks. You may open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody, for
Thank
joining
you
in.
very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir.
much, मोर जी.
Next.
मोर जी, आपने बोला था इसका कुछ ऐसे करेंगे, सतो रजो तमो 3 गुणों का एक एक करके वर्णन करने के लिए कुछ बोले थे.
हाँ, वो समरी. तो
हाँ.
हाँ, अगले हफ्ते हम लोग समरी करेंगे. Sorry.
हाँ,
अगले हफ्ते we will not directly go into the Purushottam Vibhaga Yoga. We will enter into the summary of somebody should explain Sattva, somebody should explain Rajas, and somebody should explain Tamas. So first person should explain Tamas, second person should explain Rajas, and then finally Sattva. And fourth person should explain Gunatitaha. So like today we were discussing, most of the discussion was about Gunatitaha. So you can take that four people: Tamas, Rajas, Sattva, and Gunatitaha. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद. शुभरात्रि.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
everybody. You
Doctor.
can take
Shubharatri.
reference from other chapters also. You can take reference from Patanjali Yoga Sutra also. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Doctor.
Dhanyawada,
Shubharatri.
Doctor.
Shubharatri. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shubharatri.